Brand new. I am Zen and I'm here. I want you to practice again. What does that mean? Well, I come from a place where martial arts reign. I want you to take a martial art and play with it. Maybe find someone to teach you Tai Chi, someone to teach you Shaolin, someone to teach you Karate, someone to teach you Hapkido. They might ask, well, why are you really here? Are you here for self-defense? No, that's not why you came. You just came to make your body stronger so you can laugh more. Sometimes people in the dojos are just overly serious because they had to learn how to fight. You don't need to learn how to fight. You have many things to pull from that will come down around you and protect you at any time. So I have come to remind you to take advantage of an opportunity to learn a martial art or part of it. But the most gentlest of ones are the softer ones. Go learn some Tai Chi, learn the Qigong, which is the grandmother of all of these systems of martial arts. Go learn it again. And if you choose not to learn it, you can get it on video, you know. You can go to what's that thing you all have? Starts with the G, Gaia. You have a TV program, I hear, and you can plug into that and research out yoga and research out Tai Chi and research out Qigong. And you don't even have to go through the motions, just play it. That person's giving off energy. And you could be bathed by that is an entire group that is warming up my apartment here. So greetings to all. I am Akhenaten, and I brought with me Nefertiti. And this is truly an opportunity for all of you to become a greater gift in the world. That world can be your neighborhood. That world can be the county, the state, wherever you are, but allow yourself to be a gift. This is a time to getting ready to reset for a new beginning. There will be many new beginnings, not just in this time, but in your so-called springtime, your birthday time, and any other dates that are close to your heart. So you are going to reset everything. What we also desire for you to know is that you will be creating a new sense of news. You know, that news is an acronym for Northeast, West, and South. And so each and every one of you in every moment will be releasing information coming from those directions as well as going in those directions. Do whatever you can specifically for what feels like the new year. It is actually a newer you. And so we want you to remember that. It's always a new you coming through. As things appear to dissolve or collapse like time, there's a new you because whatever time you were connected to, that was an old you. So you're constantly in motion, constantly changing. Many of you will be drawn to the utilization of more gemstones. And however you do that, have fun. Because one of the things we want you to do is be like a child. A child always is experiencing something new in every moment, from the time they go to sleep to the time they get up. If you remember yourself as children, you might have been very active around your parents or very quiet around your parents. If there were pets in your home, you probably interacted more with them than your parents and your siblings because those fur babies understood you more as a child. So we want you to remember that. Be in that state of mind like a child. Be inquisitive. Ask questions, but you do not have to pressure yourself. As you already heard earlier, you're going by your level of sensitivity and feelings. And so, yes, you will have telepathic connections going on, empathic states of mind going on. The many cells in your body are waiting for you to speak to them. So speak to them. They can hear you. They hear everything you say and everything you don't say. So your cells are constantly listening to you and they want to be able to interact very deeply with you. The more that you practice that, the more that you're able to communicate with the atmosphere, the elements that are flowing through the atmosphere. What appears to be tiny dots of information, or really information that has been already placed there by the greater collective called yourself. So you agreed to awaken at a certain time. You agreed to channel at a certain time long before you got here. You went through the calendar and you said, okay, I'm going to awaken at this point, this year, this month, this day, this time. I'm going to channel this month, this date, this year, this time. I'm going to meet Louis Don Al. I'm going to meet Mr. Heitman. I'm going to meet all these people. But what is so interesting is we have met before, and we are still carrying forth a deeper mission that not only allows the galactic collective to manifest, but even beyond. We are asking for the divine presence of the I am that we all are connected to continue to materialize. And it will materialize within the heart first. Many people have said, are we ascending soon? You're in the process of ascension right now. It may not be exactly what you want because there are like trillions and trillions and trillions of beings who are also pushing forward for that. And they want you to know that you will be well. It's not hard as you think. If you pull back into 3D consciousness, then the ascension process seems to take longer and it seems harder. We want you to stay in the heart zone because that is the fourth realm of consciousness and it's already here. Many of you have been revitalized by living through your heart. And as you do that, that is your bridge to higher realms of consciousness, which are actually coming down within you. It's not so much going up and out. It's not like being at that place called NASA where you get in the ship and you go out. Actually, they're already in the ship in you coming in and reawakening you, enlivening you. It's like striking a match. The match is already there. The only thing is, don't let the match get wet. Don't do that. Keep that match dry. Keep the side of that box dry so that when you are struck with the energy, you continue to grow in your light. Nefertiti would like to say something here. My sisters and my brothers, you are so welcomed by this collective force. Many of you have been in the light of awareness before. In other words, many of you will remember being in Atlantis, Lyra, Sirius, Orion. You'll remember all those things, but you will also remember some of the most unique messages, unique lessons that you have received. Many of you are needed now to write from your soul, not just speak, but write. Many of you are needed to come forward now. The more you can come forward, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to run out onto a stage. We just want you to, when you get up in the morning, come forward with yourself. Look in the mirror, look at yourself, and speak to yourself as your higher self speaking to you. That's what we actually mean. You're becoming more of your higher self, and we're beginning to applaud that part with you. Many of you can speak with your ancestors and ancestral deities. We want you to do that because everything is surrounding you now and wants to be heard and wants to be seen and wants to come to you so they can be heard amongst family members, friends, you name it. But most of all, embrace yourself. Pat yourself on the back for your resilience, for your courage, for your willingness to be yourself. You don't have to be anything other than that because your true self is your higher self. That's all you have to be. And everything else continues to flow in your direction. So I'm going to step aside for there's a hybrid child here. And he's coming forth from Sirius. And his name is Benal. I am so excited to be here in this moment. This is a very special time. It's like being amongst you as a teenager, and yet being over here in Sirius, I'm an old teenager. If I was there, you might say, did he get left behind again? Yeah, because he just loves being with the children. So I have this perpetual age of 15 or 16, and I have no desire to move on and be like an adult because it's easier to express my truth as a child. So I want you to know I bring joy this evening. I love to laugh. I love to play. And believe it or not, so do you. So for those of you who may have to go to a job sometimes, be a little silly. In fact, just stand there and laugh. Guarantee a few people have been waiting to laugh and then they're going to start to laugh. And then more joy comes out into the workplace. I am here to honor all of you for the work that you have done in your life thus far. For many of you, you had to take a courageous step with your family, with your relatives, with your friends, and it was not easy. But now it's getting easier to be yourself. You've always been respectful. We want you to let that warrior come out, though. You all have a warrior inside. You all have an element that connects your warrior spirit, connects to a dragon, connects to a phoenix, connects to a unicorn, connects to a bee, a wasp, a bumblebee, a mud wasp. You know, you have these things, and all of these creatures, even though you may not see them in the wintertime, they're watching you. They're watching you and saying to you, what have you learned from me when you see me in the spring and the summer? What are your experiences with me? What are you learning? Can you hear me sing to you? Can you hear me go like this to you? Because I'm just here to make you laugh. And I want you to laugh. It's so important. Know that you have been awake for a long time. So do not talk yourself out of being awake. It's okay. Just do your best to stay open through the heart. Those of us in these outer realms beyond you, that's what we learned to do gazillions of years, to stay open in the heart. Because if you stay open in the heart, you shall live through your heart like you are supposed to. But I'm going to now delete that word supposed because you are the heart of all hearts. We have allowed you and remembered you coming into this earthly plane. And we often question, will they be okay? And our elders, who are actually very young in spirit when you see them, our elders said, they'll be okay. And you might have said to yourself, will I really be okay? There's so much that is going on there. I don't know if I could correct the history. And we remind them, which is you don't have to correct any history. It will correct itself because you're being yourself. And the more you are yourself as your true self, as your higher self, that's just another aspect of your divinity. You watch, everything is going to get quiet around you, things are going to change. There are going to be groups of people who were once violent who won't be violent. There'll be groups of people who were very inebriated all the time. All of a sudden, they're not doing it. There will be people that have gotten high all the time. All of a sudden, they say they're tired of getting high. They stop. These things have to go through a process. And people are awakening that they don't have to repeat the process. They just have to be courageous with themselves. So if you know anyone in your life that's having a rough time being courageous, what helps them is to give them a hug and tell them it's okay, that they don't have to have any fear, that you are observing them for a reason. Sometimes this channel goes to a favorite restaurant and he sits in that restaurant or cafe and he just exudes as much love as possible. And it's amazing how many people either receive or don't, and it's okay. He's not forcing it. It's just like running water. When it rains, it rains. Just let it rain. Just be yourself. So that is my message. Be yourself. Enjoy yourself. Gift yourself because you are a gift. Keep gifting yourself so that your gift can blossom. It can pour out of you. I'm here as Brother Francis, and at the same time, I am Selena and Attila from Selenite Kingdom. And more of us will be found. So much more than you think. And what we would like to have you remember is that, believe it or not, gemstones in gem stores, they're like in prison. Is to go in there and talk to them. You don't have to, you could buy, if they say they want to come home, if you could afford them, take them home. But sometimes they just need someone to talk to them too, just like people need to be spoken to. So when you are in a gem store or you go to a gem and mineral show, go in there and say, "Hey, Amethyst, how are you doing? Rose quartz, how are you doing?" Talk to them because sometimes many people are there who sell them who have no connection to gemstones. So it's just a business. But we are on this planet for a reason, and we're not just here for a business. We're here to bring forth healing, bring forth unconditional love, bring forth compassion. We're here to help people alleviate their stress, their anxiety, and their anger. And sometimes when we're all about together, there's people touching us that are coming in there with anger and they want to like, give it to us. And we go, no, 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 don't give it to us like that. There's a mat outside the store. Stamp your feet on the mat to release some of that. Then come in and pick us up and look at us or touch us or hold us. So sometimes the gems are caught in the owner's presence. And if the owner is not open minded, open hearted, they're being fed all of that energy that that person has. And the quartz kingdom are amplifiers. So if you go into a place and you notice the owner's not feeling well, because whatever they released, those crystals, those quartz family, rose, amethyst, clear quartz, radiated it out through the store. So someone like yourself can come in and balance the energy. It'd be greatly appreciated. We also enjoy looking into the night sky. We are blessed by the night sky, the presence of the moon and other mini moons and other comets and satellites that pass through. We are also aware that military ops are trying to manipulate gemstones again. So we call out to you. Whatever you have in your home, sage it down again so that the frequencies are not being manipulated outside your house. See, there's a greater thing that's going on. As you know, cell phone towers are locations where things are sent to because they are aware that many people are awakening all the time. So if you know where there's a cell phone tower is, you can position your grid in such a way so it deflects that energy from coming into your home. There's no accident. Things will call 3G, then 4G, then 5G, and there's some things they ain't even saying to you. And it's all designed to manipulate your health. So, as representations of selenite, which is showing itself all the way around the earth now, we want you to raise your vibration, help selenite be clear as a whistle, as we say. Be super clear. Keep raising your vibration. That will be important now for the next couple of years. If you notice, those of you that may do what is called astrology, you have an Ephemeris, right? The last one went up to what, 2036, 2037. So you know they're already preparing for the next 50 years, 100 years, or whatever. They're preparing those things. Why? Because they know that everything keeps going. Nothing is shut off. Nothing is ever shut off or shut down. They cannot shut off something that was here before them. That is important. We all have been birthed here for a reason. And we all must understand that divine feminine, known as divine mother, shall rule again properly and will make all things correct again. So, if you're drawn to brand new gemstones or something tells you to wear copper, wear it because that trace minerals in your body and it's needed to come forward again. Wear the copper, whether it's a necklace, whether it's a bracelet, whether it's a ring, maybe it's wrapped around a gem, but wear it. Very important. Even if you get it like a money clip and put it on a belt, wear it because it's going to bring that energy out. And copper is very unique because it brings forth the planetary vibration of Venus, which is love in astrology, but it's also unconditional love for humanity. And it brings forth a green ray, which is connected to the earth and connected to the heart. And it brings forth a red ray, which is your root or base chakra, where courage is developed. That's one of the reasons. So have as much copper as you want in your home. Wear as much as you like. And you can balance it off if you want with silver. But copper is going to rain again. It's coming in very strongly again. And it wants to be heard and it wants you to work with it. Well, I is Attila and my partner Selena, we're going to take a step back because others are coming. By that energy. And I bring myself forward because I'm part of a work that the channeler is trying to produce that will take maybe a few years to get the work done in the form of a book. Hopefully, it will touch every child and every adult and every adult and every child. And it's a remembrance of youth. But until that point, I'm here now. He had no idea I was going to show up. He just thought I was on a piece of paper. I'm here. So, what we want you to do this great time of the year that people in your Western culture celebrate the Christmas, we want you from now on out to give a gift to someone. You don't have to know them, but if you do, then you'll kind of know what they have an interest in, especially the children. Give them a gift. You might decide, well, I'm only going to give one gift. And we might tell you, okay, go over there and get one of those gift cards for about $25, $30, $40. It could be a place for them to eat. Go get it, put it in an envelope, and do what a lot of children do. Ring the doorbell, leave it a box and go. And maybe leave a note on the door and tell them when you ring that thing to look in their mailbox. And if they have a slot, put it through the door and say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and just move. Just go. Or you might be walking around in a mall. Just deposit, just give something. Because you never know. The person who you give that to might have been a person who hasn't had a meal in days. And all of a sudden, you loaded a card for them so they can go get something to eat. That's all that we ask. Do it randomly. That way, it even surprises you. And someone might say, well, I might go into a crowd and do that. Nobody wants anything. Don't worry, somebody does. Trust yourself. Somebody does. They just may have be a little too proud feeling at the time. You might say, well, can I go buy you something? I said, how you know I want something? I said, I'm just led to buy you something. I would like to pay for your meal. And I'll sit down with you so we can talk. But you don't have to talk to me. I'm in the silly mood. I laugh a lot. You just do that. And watch the blessing hit you in a completely different way. Because we can give, but something will always come back through the universe directly to you at some point. So we want you to be aware of that. And the biggest gift that you can give beyond a hug is a smile. Good morning, good evening. Look the person right in the eye and just say it. You do not have to worry if they're not going to accept it well, because they might be going through something, but you presented it as a gift, and the universe will bless you 1,000 times over, giving you more opportunities to do it. Just be yourself again, as the other people said. The other beings said, be yourself. So I am Zen, and that is my message. And the channel has two ancestors who are waiting to run it here. So I will bid you all goodbye. They're coming in unison. My mother, my late mother Grace, and her mother, my grandma Charlotte. And they are here. They're so overwhelmed, so overjoyed that you have arrived here this evening to receive anything that is necessary for your soul's development. But what we want you to know is we want you to energize everything that you put into your system. There's a reason why you pray. Pray over your own food before you consume it. Pray over liquids before you consume them. In fact, when you choose to go out to buy food, pray over it before you pick it up. You may decide, well, I'm not going to have the pork rolls. I'm not going to have this grilled eye rib. Well, hey, somebody else behind you is going to get it. So just pray that it goes to the right person at the right time, that it serves on whatever level it must serve them. And then you might say, well, I have a plant-based diet. Same thing. Continue to release the prayer over farmers, farmland, vegetation. Continue to do that because they're in service to humanity on some level. Give your blessing into the ethers of air because we all are breathing air. We're breathing the recycled air from 3,000 years ago when Isa walked through. Imagine he was here breathing too. So you're getting recycled air, and now you get a chance to have your breath recycled throughout the world. So you say a prayer upon your breath as you release it. It is time to speak life into your own life. The more energy of giving that you give into this world, don't worry about where it's going, how it's going to get to the person. It's going to get to the person because the intention is there through what? The principle of unconditional love. The principle of unconditional love will allow every thought, every feeling, every level of sensitivity, every word, every thought that you have that comes to you, it will find a designated person at the right time. There are people who are lost in the world who all of a sudden, for a while I thought my dementia took over, and then all of a sudden it lessened. I thought my headache was there. It lessened. Oh, I thought I was having a heart attack. No, you're changing. It's lessening. Some of these things that you all are experiencing has to do with the shift that humanity is having collectively in this world. Not everything is to be looked at as a heart attack. You might want to check it out. And when you get to the doctor, say, I don't know, nothing going on here. I would say, you look to be all right to me. It's just letting you know you are shifting. Everything is talking to you, and your whole body is talking to everything else. So when you get up in the morning, talk to your house. Say thank you. Talk to your couch, your favorite couch. If you like watching TV, go over there and hug it. Thank you for being in my house, for me to experience things. It is the living and no longer the practice of. There's nothing for you to practice. Live it. Live, live, live. Come alive with the feeling of living. The late Reverend Ike used to say, let the feeling get the blessing. He learned that from Neville Goddard. He said, it's in your feeling. They all said it. Florence Shin said it too. It's in the feeling. Reverend Ike, he just hyped it up and made it more localized. Let the feeling get the blessing. If you got the right feeling, the blessing will be there. But also understand this. If you're angry, that blessing will be there too. So don't be angry. Get rid of the anger so you don't get blessed with more anger. That's why it's so important to understand the range of and the dynamics of who you really are. You can bless things and you can curse things. So know where you're at. Know how you're feeling every day. If you're angry about something, sit and see where the anger is coming from. Because we want to share with you that sometimes the anger that you have is not even yours. Remember, you're breathing. You're picking up anger through oxygen, and that's going into your bloodstream. And it may accumulate, and then you're angry for no reason. It's outside of you. So when you get up in the morning, tune into your energy first and boost your energy and make sure it's very clear first before you decide to leave out your house, get on a bus, drive somewhere. You need to shield yourself enough with unconditional love, which is divine grace in motion, and then you'll feel everything properly. And as you feel everything properly, you know what you'll start doing? You wake up in the morning, you start dancing in your own house. That's a prayer. You start singing in your own house. That's a prayer. You start telling yourself jokes. That's another prayer. Why? You're picking your energy up. Continue to pick your energy up and let no one bring it down. Someone may say to you, why are you so happy? I don't know. You're here. So, what do you mean? Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking that question. Thank you. You can go to someone like this and have your hands out. Energy is radiating out of your hands toward them. But you're not here to tell them what to do. You're not here to change their life because everybody has to change their self. That's what we must remember. See, we are all here in this group because we decided maybe we were invited, but we realized, hey, there's a group for me where I can be myself. Sly Stone said it. Thank you for letting me be myself again. James Brown says, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Just open up the door and I'll get it myself. And Aretha Franklin sang about respect. Respect yourself and others will respect you. That is our message to all of you. They're going back into the ethers. They were here with a lot of purple light going on. And they told me to remove this selenite from underneath my cap so my antenna can come out now. And put a little selenite bar up in there. Ooh, it's hot. We are open. We thank you for having our presence here.
We thank you all.
I must say I won't be able to stay long tonight. I have a very young nephew who turned 8 years old today, and he's in Arizona, and he's waiting on his Uncle Frank to call him. So, but they know I'm doing this first.
So can
So,
you give us about 15, 20 minutes or?
yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So anybody would like to ask a question or make a comment, please step forward. Gonna make a round. Okay, in that case, I will.
Someone has a hand up.
Oh,
Anita.
hands is up. Anita, there you are. Go ahead, Anita.
Hi.
Hey.
Thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, I had noticed in the last several days, pretty much Friday, um, was a big shift for me. A lot of, I felt a lot of energy. I felt a lot of good things, come into my life, and some unwanted things, dissipate. And I saw a big shift and improvement, and I would just like you to comment on that, if that has anything to do with, the winter solstice or Three Eye Atlas or any of the particular energies at this time.
Hmm. Akhenaten, he chomping at the bit, so I'm gonna let him come in. He said, Three Eye Atlas, think of it as three eyes. In the Chinese system of martial arts, this eye
Mm-hmm,
is one,
mm-hmm,
so that's the pineal gland.
mm-hmm,
And then he says the heart.
mm-hmm,
That's the second eye. And the
mm-hmm,
third eye is really like the second brain, the solar plexus. And
mm-hmm.
so these eyes are aligning. And what is happening with you, Anita, is that you are stepping into a new you. And
I
this
am.
is this process has been actually going on for the last 6 to 8 years.
Mhm.
So you're like a preemie. You're ahead of
I am.
schedule, and it is good for you to be aware of that. He
Mhm,
says, keep in mind, these things that are out in the ethers, these comments and these things coming through, they're only coming through, they're like hammer and a nail, chipping away so
mhm,
that things can be opened again.
mhm,
Uh, it was said earlier that military ops are trying to step back in and say, oh, these people are now really awakening. Let's see if we can clamp it down. Let's see if we can close it down. So one of the things we want you to realize, the biggest advertisement that is happening is your third eye open? I don't think so. You need
mm-mm.
to go to, no, no, no. What you
Oh,
need to realize is your third eye has been wide open.
really?
We just need you to step in and embrace it.
Mhm,
So if you found yourself changing the way you eat, you have been preparing this pineal gland to reawaken within itself. But if you can see a spirit force walking through your house, it's already open. It never shut down. If you can feel it walking through you get in your car, and somebody sitting in the car with me, and you're
I.
looking over the back, you're looking around, and then you feel something touch you.
Mhm,
Who is that? Your third eye is open. All your
mhm,
chakras are actually open. Sometimes when you see these commercials, they're designed to make people shut down
mhm,
and to get confused. That's not going to happen anymore.
mhm. I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed a big change in myself
Hmm.
recently. Um, I know a question was asked earlier about, does anyone have anything to share about new things that they're doing in 2026, and how they're reaching out to other people. And I and a small group have started a study group on the master key system,
Hmm.
a book. and that is really out of my comfort zone because I'm running it, and uh, and also on Wednesdays we're doing uh, qigong and meditation more and more in different groups, and just expanding my connections. And so that is something very different. Do you have any advice on how I should expand more
Use meditation.
for myself?
Use
Okay.
meditation for yourself. Sit in meditation and let your energy build
Mm-hmm.
up so that you could expand your personal session of meditation. Some people only need 10,
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes of it. Person like myself needs as much as an hour at least once a week. And then I keep 10, 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes going during the week. Sometimes a
Mm-hmm.
longer period is helpful, sometimes a shorter period. Just go by what you feel, though.
Mm-hmm.
The higher self in you knows exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
You're doing it right now. So you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
Christiana.
Thank you. Hello.
I
With regards to martial arts, I would like to say that I am blessed to be practicing Wing Chun again.
mhm.
And there have been many changes recently with myself, and I feel very much resonating with some of those old Chinese energies. And I wanted to ask if anyone would like to comment on what my connection is.
Zen. Zen says, yeah. He says, well, back in the day, you were in there, you know. You were a student of everything. So you had no problem studying various forms of martial arts. We see you in the ancient of ancient temples practicing, practicing, practicing. Now, if you said that you were studying Wing Chun, you were there with that woman who started it. That's why you're drawn to it. So when you practice it, go back in your mind. I remember. Tell yourself, I understand and I remember. And watch the trillions of cells in your body will go, me, I remember too. And now all of a sudden you'll have a completely different understanding. So you may take a particular posture. We want you to stand in the posture and meditate in the posture. Then go to the next movement, meditate in that posture. Then go back to the first one. And what's going to happen, they will become more fluid. And even when you go to sleep at night, you'll see the remembrance of you doing it in those ancient times. And guess what's going to happen? You're not only will you understand it from the ancient times, you will understand how to use it in this moment. Because remember, everything is changing. Does not water flow and change in the environment that it is in? If it gets cold, water doesn't mind getting cold. It'll stay cold. And when the sun comes around and warms it up, water will go back and being fluid again. But guess what? Underneath all of that ice, at some point, there's no ice. Water is flowing.
Thank
So
you
we
so
want you
much
to
for
remember
this.
that. You already, in other words, you will tell yourself, I remember every time you're going through the class, every time you're learning. I repeat to yourself, I remember.
Thank you. That is also for me a wonderful permission slip to meditate because I find it difficult to meditate. But in that connection, I think it will be much easier for me. And I need to
Mhm.
practice the form more anyway. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Brother Francis, physically
Yes.
speaking, where do you hang out?
Where do I hang out?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of
I
time
mean,
by
what? I mean, it could be Cairo, it could be downtown Chicago, it could be LA. I have no idea. I'm curious. Like,
I'm living in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
whoa.
I've been here since November 15th, my late father's birthday of 2011. I was born on Long Island,
Okay.
in Nassau County. I've lived in New Jersey several different times. My late mother was my first spiritual teacher. So at 8 years old, I busted into mom and dad's room really at the wrong time. They looked at me, like, what are you? My father's like, what are you doing here? I said, I got to tell my mom something. I got to tell mom something. And I told her of this dream, and she corrected me, said, it's not a dream. What you saw is going to happen. I was playing volleyball on the college campus. And I remember sitting on a stone bench in front of the gym. At age 18, after I graduated, one of the guidance counselors said, hey, this person is coming here from Bard College and they're going to meet at my house. And we want to get all the students together to see if you would like to go to this college. You don't have to take an exam. You're going to write an essay of why you think you should be there. And they're going to pick from 100 schools, they're going to narrow it down to 6 different schools. 3 out of Nassau County and 3 out of Suffolk County on Long Island. Well, sure enough, when we got there, my mother said, go find, remember what I taught you? Put your hands out like this and put them over the chairs. Find a chair for me, a chair for you, and that special person. I said, you think she's coming? She said, mm-hmm. Watch. Sure enough, the lady had strawberry red hair, freckle face, sat right to my right. My mother sat to my left, and she pulls out the school book manual, black and white, and what was in the front? The stone white bench facing the gymnasium. And the name of the college was Bard College. That's the college I went to. That's when my third eye opened up. Uh, just like a big headache. And I remember running out into the dorm on the weekend and asking the students, "Hey, did you hear me yelling and screaming?" They looked at me like, "What? There's nobody here in the lounge." Worlds overlapped. So I started to study meditation through somebody who wasn't even a student there at Bard College at the time. And he made us sit out in the snow underneath tarps because his father learned it in World War II, how to meditate, and passed it on to this guy. And that's how I started to learn how to meditate. And then I learned Tai Chi back in college, but mainly the meditation stuck. And it just opened me up on a whole new level. So I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I teach meditation here. I've been doing this work for over 50 some odd years. 1974 is when I started teaching professionally, which means getting paid. I'm a numerologist, a tarot reader, meditation teacher. I work with pendulums. I do handwriting analysis, and that's all that I do. My late mom used to tell me, try getting a regular job and see what happens. I get a regular job in less than 6 months, get fired. Like, what am I getting? I didn't do anything. But then what happened to me is like, that's you're not supposed to be there. You're gonna create it and you're gonna let it happen. So that's all I've been doing. Just being
Well,
myself, enjoying myself.
well, that sounds great. I never went to college myself, and I instead I had the pleasure when I was young of being locked up a couple times, and but never mind, it was fun. Yeah, in its own way.
Hmm.
Long stories. I do know people who did go to Bard though, even though I didn't go to college, and
Hmm.
people I went to high school with went to Bard. It was kind of I gathered it was kind of a wild place from
Oh God,
what
it
I
was
had to
super
say.
wild. I
Yeah.
went I went from 1970 to 1974. It
Okay.
was wild.
Yes. Right. Okay. Albuquerque. No, I'm not likely to walk by some cafe you're hanging out in because I live on the East Coast on north of Boston on the Atlantic. But the best connection I had with Albuquerque for some years, long time ago, I worked with a silversmith. I was his eyes and ears and wholesaler. And the place he got his equipment was in Albuquerque, a place called probably a lot of silversmiths do. So Albuquerque was known for that kind of thing, that kind of business, just like Providence, Rhode Island is. But Rio Grande was a company there. It still is, and they sell all sorts of things and he was into gemstones too. So, I mean, that was part of what we sold. I sold thousands of rings that had semi-precious gemstones, and I loved doing that. It was fun. But okay, so I'm not gonna bump into you in the next, in a town nearby. It's too bad. But okay, thanks for that, and thanks for tonight.
You're welcome.
But you will bump into him somewhere
in the ethers.
In the ethers already is happening. But
there's always.
And he asked a question physically. You will bump into him physically. Maybe I see the possibilities of a traveling tour kind of thing, and you shall meet. You shall meet. Anyone else would like to ask a question, make a comment of Brother Francis? And it doesn't have to be about any subject that has been discussed.
Nope.
No one else? Okay. So with that, I'm going to take the opportunity to read something that was a message that was given to me by my higher self. Short. And I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to ask the brother to add to it. And the reason I'm doing it is not because it's a message to me, is because when I read it, I said, oh my God, the stuff that this group, all of them could hear this, and it would make good sense to them personally. So it reads, higher self, very authoritatively saying, stop searching for proof of your own worth in the reflection of others. You were chosen for this moment, not because you were perfect, but because you were ready to remember. The light you carry is not fragile. It has burned through stars and silence, lifetimes and losses. And still, it is here, undiminished, untouched. You're not here to become something. You're here to reveal everything you already are. Trust your joy. Trust your discernment. Trust that even now your presence is the offering. The map has already been written in the song of your heart. So follow the notes that come from your heart. Breathe. Speak only when it is love that moves your tongue. You're seen, you're guided, you're becoming by simply being. And so the I am says it is walking side by side as you. And I felt that was a good message for everybody.
Yes. I got a symbol out of it. The letter I, a bar above, the stem, like the spine, and the bar beneath. The bar above is the heavens, the higher self. The bar beneath is where we walk upon the earth, and we're in between. We're making the connection. Just stay open and let it travel.
Beautiful. And with that, I guess we want to express our gratitude and continuous joy, because all of the beings that come through you are very joyful. They make us
they love
laugh.
laughing.
You know, they love
Yeah, they do.
laughing. You know, exactly. And it's a quality that you have. Bill doesn't know this, I'm sure, and some of the folks that are here doesn't, but I have known Brother Francis for some time. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, we met. We used to hang out a little bit. Even did some fairs together. You know, we were part of some metaphysical things back then. I thank you for coming here. And I don't want to take any more time from that 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. And
yeah,
you actually said it here. It was channeled here today how important those kids are.
Yes. So I don't want to disappoint him.
No.
So I want to bid you all a good night. Thank you for allowing me to be here. And if you ever need a good self laugh, all you got to do is 3 significant words: he, ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Then let it loose. See? Bye bye, everybody. Peace,
All
love,
right,
and grace.
brother. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good Christmas. Good
Yes, you
holidays.
too.
Excellent.
Good New Year.
Good New Year's.